It always amazes me when you see people do strange things in traffic in Los Angeles. I just watched a guy drive on the wrong side of the road, and then he got frustrated with me because I wasn't moving out of his way. Yeah. I don't get it. Not super astrology-ish person, but I know enough to know it's Mercury retrograde. And I've got a friend who freaks out about Mercury retrograde every time it happens. It happens 3 or 4 times a year. And I'm not that person. I don't freak out about it. I do just, that's usually a time where, okay, this is a good time to do a rewrite. This is a good time to clean out the closet. It's a good time for review and tidying things up, you know. And not that I'm any kind of Marie Kondo, but it's I just have my own little way of not being freaked out about it. I will tell you, I am really feeling this one. Really, I've had horrific delays on things. I've had really tough scheduling problems. I've had weird mechanical things happening. My car is great, touch wood, because that's one I don't want to have to struggle with. But I had an incident. I wear CGMs, constant glucose monitor, and my supplier just really, I mean, the TLDR is, I am sure that the man that I was talking to must be good looking, because you cannot be that stupid and lazy and survive. You know, if you're stupid or lazy, you pray to God you're good looking, because, you know, average people or dumpy people, we, you know, cannot get away with that level of incompetence. But the guy, for the second month in a row, says, "We're shipping it today, overnight." Like, super excited about the overnight. It's not overnight. They use next business day. So it doesn't arrive. If you ship it on a Friday, overnight in my calendar is fucking Saturday. Apparently in his calendar, it's Monday. So I have 2 more days in my week, every week, than he does. You know, that can be the only other explanation besides he's a moron. Moron. And, you know, it's so, yeah, that's I turned into the worst version of myself. You know, I wrote him an email. I say, "You are not the hero here, and you need to get over yourself." It was not. I was not rude, but I was not nice. I was so not nice that when he got the tracking number for the shipment, he sent it to the nurse's office and had them send it to me, which was also completely stupid because their system automatically sends you the tracking code. So what he thought he was achieving with his second day business whatever tracking number, oh, what a dipshit. So I told the office that I'm getting a new company. I can't stand I can't, you don't get 3 strikes on this. 2 strikes is plenty, because last month they did some dumb shit too and had the same shipping nonsense. So I called somebody else and set up with somebody else, because why should it always fall on somebody else to fix your problem? So that was my big adventure since last we spoke. It was very dramatic on my part. And yeah, I don't think I improved the world. Not one bit. So I guess I don't feel bad if I've improved something. If you say something and it improves the world, okay. And this whole Karen phenomenon, I don't know if this is a new thing or if we just finally named it. I will tell you, there is a certain point where, as a woman, you stop feeling the same kind of way about, I don't want to upset anyone. At a certain point, you're just like, I don't care if this upsets anyone. It's a whole, something unlocks in you. And you're like, okay, I said what I said. I do think that a lot of the Karen stuff that we see going on is more about women are taught to go along, to get along, to just be quiet and don't rock the boat and blah, blah, blah. And then that lock turns where you feel more comfortable asserting yourself. But if you have had 0 practice at it until you hit 40, it's not pretty. It's like Jack from The Incredibles, just flipping around with no control over his powers. You don't have to treat people badly when things are going bad. Not everything is a federal case. And so on behalf of all the middle-aged white women who are not regularly Karens, I apologize. On the other hand, what did you do to push somebody that far? So don't tell somebody it's business. It's overnight when you're sending it next business day. Whew. Yeah, I've seen myself in better moments. Just not bueno. So I just almost asked you how you're doing, like you were going to answer me. I mean, I do want to know how you're doing. I hope you're doing great. I hope that you're managing your inner Karen sufficiently, that everything is a-okay with her. But I really thought you were going to answer me. No, for a moment I really felt like we were on a call or something and that you were going to answer me. It's this whole vlog thing. I'm having so much fun with it. I really am enjoying it, but I forget that it's not a phone call. And I did expect some immediate interaction. Oh, those Waze cars freak me out. Waymo or whatever they are. I don't know that I'm comfortable with robot cars zooming around on the street. What was the thing where they all parked them up in a parking lot at night, and one of the robot cars honked at another robot car, so that robot car honked back, and before you know it, all the robot cars were honking at each other all night. Just some sort of cascade of cars being Karens, I guess. I can't imagine what that would have been like if you were in an apartment nearby and it's just this cacophony of robot cars telling each other to fuck off. Because that's what a horn honk is, right? We don't have there's no musicality really to horn honk. Although I have thought, what if there was just a little boop boop horn versus a get out of my way horn, or you're pushing my limits horn. I smell the marijuanas. It's weird because I don't see anybody. Oh, it's so funny. The funniest is when they first came out with the vape. And you drive around, you see these cars just so totally fogged up, and you knew that's not somebody having cotton candy tobacco vape. That's somebody, baking and driving around. And I had an emergency trip to go see my parents in Washington. They lived in Washington. And it was the middle of the night. I was having such a hard time. It was emergency visit. And it's like 2 a.m, and I'm driving from the airport all the way out to, this little teeny weeny town a million miles away on roads I don't know, and it's rural, so there's no street lights or anything. It's dark. I understand how people fall asleep behind the wheel. It's it's this constant whatever. So I've got the radio on and I've got the air conditioner blasting, because maybe if I'm cold I'll stay awake. I don't know what I was thinking. And a commercial came on the radio, and at this time Washington had legalized marijuana, but California hadn't, which who saw that happening? But a commercial comes on for a law office, and they said a drunk driver will blow through a stop sign. A stone driver will stay there and wait for the sign to turn green. It's 100% true. I laughed so hard. It was exactly what I needed to wake me up enough to get me to my parents' house. Yeah. So those are my stories right now. We're almost done with tax time. File your taxes. I like to get it done. I like to get everybody's books done by the March 15th. So their CPA has a month to do the taxes. That's not happening for some people this year. But it's much better than last year. I have 2 people I have to get done this week, and then one person, she's a dilly-dallyer. I'm sure that they've already filed an extension. So I will dilly-dally and get hers done. But after that, I will be able to get some time to myself and do some writing. I have a friend. We were in a little writers group. It was just 3 of us. And one of the 3 of us decided to have a meltdown and tell me and the other person that basically we were lazy and stupid. It's hard to tell somebody that their script isn't good. And that's what we had done. We had told her that her script was not good. And and I thought we had gotten through it on the meeting. And then, an hour after the call, there was this really hot, angry email. And so the following week, I turned in my pages and I logged on and nobody showed up. So we were not over it. Whatever it was still hot and alive. So that kind of killed the group. It was very sad. And then I got an email the other day from the other person, and they were reaching out to see if would I want to do writers group again, just the two of us. And I was very, very happy to be able to say yes, let's resume, and resume without the third person who didn't want criticism. She just wanted praise, I guess. So meanwhile, the week before, she told me that the comedy I had written was not funny. It's not funny. There's no jokes. Do better. Those were her notes. Not that I was retaliating. It was she was right. You always need to make it funnier. I don't care what it is. I don't care how, it can always be funnier. Her story was more of a horror something, and I just didn't get it. I didn't get what was happening. I didn't understand the universe. I didn't know who the main character was. Her response did incredibly upset me because there were layers of crap. Oh, I've got a call. Hold on. That was one of my best clients. If he calls, I'm hanging up on you. I'm putting you on hold and taking his call. He's such a good dude. Such a good dude. I'm very lucky to have him. So, what was I saying? Oh, so, yeah. So I've had some good news. It wasn't just, all Karen all the time. I did have some good news. So that now that tax time is coming to an end, I get to get back to writing. And I have my short that I've been working on, which I just need to give it to the people who want to act in it and see what we can do. But the next thing is I have a biopic I'm doing about an athlete. This is the Tupperware party story. And I've been working on it for a really long time. And, I took a step back after a horrible notes situation. I got horrible notes, and it really sort of crushed my creative spirit. But she's been on my mind. This character's been on my mind, obviously. So, you don't need to look at me this whole time. So, we're going up Laurel Canyon. This is our normal little Tuesday journey. So anyway, yeah, I've decided I'm going to work on that. The thing is, I could write and probably get a limited series out of it. I really want to make this a movie. And so I've got to edit, and I'm focusing on a 10-year period of her life. And I watched Lee with Kate Winslet, and I was very excited about this movie because I was aware of who Lee Miller was and how interesting her life was. That did she live a life? She had very distinct chapters in her life, and I was very excited. In the same way, they focused on 10 years of Lee's life, not the whole thing. Kate Winslet is astonishingly great, per usual. She gets of stars, Michelin stars. She serves up very good acting. And I found the movie to have little to no impact on me, which was disappointing. That they played it safe. And if there's anything you need to know about Lee Miller, she did not play anything safe. Not one thing. There is a story, I think she went to a doctor to obtain the bio waste of a mastectomy from a breast that was removed due to cancer. And she put it on a plate and she photographed it, and this was the comment she was making, that, women are to be carved up. And it was a very, very gross, intense statement she was making about what it is to be a female. And somehow they made this woman, this movie was very safe, and that story, as horrifying as it is, should let you know she's not a safe person. I should have felt more danger. I should have felt more, I don't know. It was much more observational than it should have been. You should have been in it, and I wasn't in it, and I wanted to be. So the lesson I'm trying to take from that is, am I pushing too hard to do a whole 10 years? Do I need to just focus on a even smaller slice of my character's life? I don't know. Still figuring that out. But everything is a chance to learn. Every show, movie is a chance to study and learn. I'm not gonna, but just imagine, there's a couple different editing programs. I just used CapCut. It was so easy. I had no idea it was part of that TikTok situation, so I had to figure something else out. The 24 hours TikTok was turned off. It's good to diversify, and I haven't done that. I've got so much I have to do, such a to-do list. That was a little weird. Thank you for coming with me. Maybe I'll talk to you some more later. Maybe not. Have a good day.